Welcome to the MasterMind Library. I am. They call me Ferdinand, the bringer of balance, leader of many disciplines, and the host of the MasterMind Library, where we read all kinds of different high vibrational material that help us rise as a community. This is about empowerment. Ladies, go buy this book. So today we are in chapter 9 of Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. And today's chapter is titled Gateway 4, Sacred Beauty. Ladies, I'm telling y'all right now, get this book. Read it together with your family. Read it together with your friends. Read it by yourself. Listen to the recordings. Read the printed page. All of that is a major benefit of putting this information into full application. I'm telling you right now, healing the wounds of the women will heal the entire world. World peace is actually possible when we heal the women. All of humanity comes from the women. And if all of humanity is healthy because the wombs of women are healthy, we're going into a very special place, even though we're walking into uncertain times. So let's dive right in. Chapter 9. Gateway 4, Sacred Beauty, Spiritual Guardian, Heru, Ancestor, Queen Tai, Elder, Lena Horne, Kaitha, Heru, Nakina, Evans, Contemporary, Erica Badu, Lauren Hill. And for y'all's ladies altar work, here you go right here. If you need to, screenshot it. Like I said, I'm doing my best to put it up on the screen. I don't have a PDF version of the book. Queen Afua's people have been very good at making sure that is hard to find unless you buy it from wherever it's on sale at. I got to look for it and see where it's on sale. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, so screenshot, draw it out, reprint it, whatever it is you need to do. Gateway 4, Sacred Beauty, Daily Spiritual Observances. Gateway Element, Earth. Sacred Beauty embraces the divine aesthetic of harmony within and without. It offers us a healthy alternative, the way of natural beauty to enhance our divine loveliness. Sacred Beauty brings harmony to every aspect of life through Kemetic etiquette, an ancient form of grace and beauty expressed through the Kemetic Nubian spiritual path. It will cosmically attune you to holistic dress as you learn to unfold into a beautiful attitude filled with a rainbow of colors. Sacred beauty rules the heart center. Without sacred beauty, there is only artificial beauty. Applications for skin, hair, breasts, lips, and eyes, all of which cause toxic shock. Developing your sacred beauty helps to create devotion to a divine, beautiful life. The awakening of the gateway of sacred beauty opens the eye of divine aesthetic harmony and rids us of a mundane vision of the world. It allows us to transform our world and everything in it for the good and the beauty of humanity. This gateway attunes us to the unlimited possibilities of divine beauty as a healing balm. Gateway 4, Sacred Beauty, will help you eliminate sacred beauty blockages in the body temple, boils, skin eruptions, deformities, eczema, baldness, psoriasis, circulation problems, emotional instability, repressed love, heart problems, and problems in love affairs. The awakening of the sacred beauty within will assist us in the elimination of artificial and toxic chemicals so often used on our skin and hair. Spiritual exercises of ascension are to be performed daily for 7 days, the number for the spirit. This will awaken your inner gateways of divinity so that you may blossom into your full sacred center. 1. The spiritual bath. Rose oil or cinnamon oil promotes love, forgiveness, compassion, and peace. Cinnamon oil helps to eliminate circulation problems, emotional instability, repressed love, and heart problems. Avoid using it directly on your skin if your skin is sensitive. When bathing, add 4 to 6 cups of cinnamon oil to the bath water. 2. Your altar. Set up your sacred altar on the first day of your entry into this gateway. You may set up your altar according to your spiritual or religious beliefs. See page 18. Sit quietly and meditatively before your altar on the floor on a pillow or in a chair. Also add a few drops of cinnamon oil to the baptismal bowl on your altar and sprinkle a few drops around your prayer space. Anoint with rose or cinnamon oil. Select only pure essential oils. Use cinnamon or rose oil to announce your crown. Forehead, the body temple gateway of supreme spirituality. Heart, the body temple gateway of compassion and divine love. Womb area, palms to make everything you touch become more sacred. And the bottoms of your feet to spiritually align yourself with stepping out in power, promise, and faith. 3. Opening the gateway. To invoke each gateway's spiritual guardian, you may use whatever words pour from your heart. For example, here's a prayer that might be used at Gateway 4. Sacred and divine Het Heru, spiritual guardian of the gateway of sacred beauty. Please accept my deepest gratitude for your healing presence on my altar and in my life. Thank you for your guidance and inspiration and for your love and blessings. And please accept my love and blessings in return. Hetepu. As you offer your prayer, simultaneously shake, ring, beat, or rattle a sacred instrument, sistrum bell, drum, shekeri, or bells, to awaken the neter that is indwelling. 4. Libation. Pour a libation for the sacred beauty gateway from a special cup, sprinkle water from a bowl onto the earth or a plant as you call out this prayer of praise and adoration. Pour a libation as you say, all praise and adoration to the spiritual guardian Het Heru, the protector of sacred beauty. Pour a libation as you say, all praise and adoration to the ancestor of sacred beauty, Queen Tai. Pour a libation as you say, all praise and adoration to the elders of sacred beauty, Lena Horne, Keitha Het Heru, and Nekhina Evans. Pour a libation as you say, all praise and adoration to my divine self and my contemporary divine sisters, Erica Badu and Lauren Hill, who honor sacred beauty. 5. Sacred Woman Spirit Prayer. Ring a bell or play another sacred instrument at the beginning and end of this prayer. As you open your palms to the sacred spirit or gently place them over your heart, recite Sacred Woman Spirit Prayer. Sacred Woman in the making. Sacred Woman, reawaken. Sacred Spirit, hold me near. Protect me from all harm and fear. Beneath the stones of life. Direct my steps in the right way as I journey through this vision. Sacred Spirit, surround me in your most absolute perfect light. Anoint me in your sacred purity, peace, and divine insight. Bless me, truly bless me, as I share this sacred life. Teach me, Sacred Spirit, to be in tune with the universe. Teach me how to heal with the inner and outer elements of air, fire, water, and earth. 6. Sacred Beauty Prayer. Shake bells, beat a sacred drum, or play another instrument at the beginning and ending of this prayer. Beloved Creator Creatress, may my body temple become a sacred altar, clothed in an array of rainbow colors, reflecting the beauty and the boundless creativity of your light, so that my body temple may honor my beautiful spirit. May divine beauty be anchored in my harmonious thoughts, and may my peaceful attitudes and consciousness be reflected in the sacredness of my dress. May I be a walking embodiment of the beauty of the Creator, Creatress, so that others may be uplifted by the sacred beauty I emanate in all my ways. 7. Chanting Hezi. Chant this Hezi 4 times. Nuk pu netert humpt. I am a sacred woman. 8. Fire breaths. Prepare for your fire breaths by slowly inhaling 4 times and exhaling 4 times. Then, when you are totally at ease, begin your 500 fire breaths. Inhale deeply like a pump through your nose, mouth closed, as you expand the breath down into the abdomen. Then back up to the chest. Completely exhale out through your nostrils from your abdomen as it contracts and the lungs release your breath completely. Repeat this breath rapidly, in and out, in and out. Allow each deep fire breath, rapidly inhaling and exhaling through your nostrils, to represent the opening of the 1,000 lotus petals of illumination and radiance to ultimately reach Nefer Atum, the ultimate African lotus station of divinity. 9. Gateway 4. Sacred beauty meditation. Increase the length of time you spend in meditation every 7 days. The longer you are in meditation, the deeper your inner peace will be, and the more solid your ka, spirit, will become. The cleaner your body temple, the sooner it will be able to live permanently in the peace and inner balance of the meditative state. As a sacred woman, I affirm that beauty is my divine inheritance. Beauty is one of my sacred powers. I beam and radiate my inner divinity by adorning my outer being with garments that befit my royal form. Everything you wear reflects your inner consciousness, and that in turn has an effect on your soul. Experience this truth through the following meditation. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and elevate your awareness to the blossoming lotus of your divinity. Breathe in and out 7 times. Then visualize that you are in your home, putting on a pair of red shorts with a black tank top and thick soled sneakers. During your visualization, go outside and down the street in your mind's eye and see how during your during your visualization, go outside and down the street in your mind's eye and see how you feel wearing these garments. Then observe how others react to your choice of clothing. Breathe in, breathe out, let it flow. Go back home and put on tight blue jeans and an army surplus jacket with army boots. Now go outside and walk down the street in your mind's eye and see how you feel and observe how others view you. Breathe in and out. Go home and put on a short, tight skirt with a low cut blouse and red high heeled pumps. How do people respond? And how does what you are wearing affect you? Now see yourself in an expensive business suit with jacket and skirt and silk blouse. Your hair is straightened and pulled back in a tight bun. You're wearing pantyhose and high heels and carry a briefcase. How do you feel about who you are? How do other people respond to you? Return home and put on a flowing dress that falls below your knees or down to your ankles. Put on dressy sandals or low heeled shoes. Go outside. How do people around you respond? How do you feel? Return home and put on a grand buba and jewelry and accessories with a flowing scarf. Does this outfit speak to you of balance, harmony, strength, softness, joy, high self esteem, sensuality, grandeur? How do you visualize others responding to you? Once you decide on what you want to project through this active meditation, then you will intuitively know what to wear and what garments you have outgrown. You will know what garments reflect your spiritual and mental growth, demonstrating how you think and feel about yourself. Dress is also a code that speaks to the world about who you are. Choose your garments wisely, for they can close or open doors for you. The way in which you dress can even protect you in some cases. For example, when you dress in a culturally affirmative way and walk through a violent or aggressive neighborhood, see how much respect you'll receive. Dress creates an aura around you. Through what you wear, you can stir up positive or negative vibrations in your world. Your dress has the power to soothe a wild beast, revitalize low energy, bring serenity to a troubled soul, or just make you feel beautiful. It's amazing. Slowly open up your eyes and breathe in and out once again as you become one with the beauty that is dressed from your soul. Always remember your sacred beauty meditation, and that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Behold your beauty close to your heart, and your beauty will heal yourself and all others. Color visualization. Visualize the color of the gateway, green for regeneration, fertility, and growth. As you perform your meditation, wear green and or place a green cloth on your altar. Sacred stone meditation. While in meditation, holding your palm over your heart, the sacred healing stone of Gateway 4, malachite, a green stone that aids in balancing and calming all those who come in contact with it. This stone energizes the fourth arit chakra, which regulates the heart center, the seat of love and compassion. The tool of the gate of Het Heru is Kapiru, transformation. And Heru's sacred instrument is the sistrum, a tambourine-like rattle. Play the sistrum as you do the transformative work of this gateway to lift the vibration of Heru from deep within you, so it shines through you and all around you. 10. Herbal tonics. Drink aloe vera juice or tea. Remember, what's bitter to the taste is sweet to the spirit. Aloe vera creates a lovely disposition in women. Aloe has been found in Kemetic tombs that thousands of years old. It was used in abundance by our ancient African ancestors to enhance beauty and health. Taken internally, it is a powerful blood purifier and colon cleanser. Applied under the arms, it acts as a deodorant. And for internal cleansing, it can be used as a powerful douche, all of which aids in our beautification within and without. Aloe vera gel is excellent for treating burns, scars, blemishes, sores, and wounds. It helps to remove dead skin and stimulates normal growth of cells. It also acts as a moisturizer for the skin and is wonderful as a natural shampoo for the hair. Drink your herb tea or tonic for 7 days to receive the full benefits of tuning in to Gateway 4. Enjoy your herb tea in your favorite mug during or after spiritual writing. Preparation: use 1 tablespoon gel scraped from inside the fresh leaves to 1 cup of water. Boil water, turn off flame, pour water over gel, and stir. Drink before or after your morning bath or sacred shower. Drink with joy and peace as you breathe between sips and settle into easy contemplation and reflection. 11. Flower essences. To deepen your experience of Gateway 4, choose from the following flower essences. Take 4 drops 4 times per day directly on or under the tongue, or add the same amount to a small glass of purified water and sip. For instructions on how to choose flower essences, see page 23. Pomegranate. Pomegranate. Conflicting creative desires, especially in expression of the feminine part of self. Iris, create inspiration and artistic expression, especially from the higher realms. Indian paintbrush, bringing vitality to creative expression, especially from earth forces. Pretty face, beauty that radiates from within. Self acceptance through understanding that true beauty is an attribute of the soul. Pink monkey flower addresses issues of fear of exposure and rejection, hiding essential self from others. 12. Diet. Follow the Sacred Woman transitional dietary practices presented for Gateway 4 through 6. 13. Sacred Beauty journal writing. This is best done after internal cleansing, enema, and or meditation. When you are cleansed and centered, you can receive spiritual messages from the One Most High with grace. When you are in the spirit, messages travel down through your spirit mind, to your heart, into your hand, and onto the paper. This is how I do all my writing. The best time to receive your spiritually inspired written work is after you have completed your altar work between the hours of 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Keep your journal and a very special pen by or on your altar to work with the power, force, and stillness at the coming of dawn, the hour of Nebhet. Affirm your daily life. Writing your journal at this time, thoughts, activities, experiences, and interactions that present themselves. You can also write down your visions, desires, dreams, and affirmations so that you will be able to draw on these resources when help and support are most needed. Consult Sisheta. If you find that you are unable to contact your inner voice during your journal work, call Sisheta, the keeper and revealer of secrets, who is indwelling to assist and speak through you. 14. Sanab freedom shawl or quilt. Choose a new piece of cloth that corresponds to the gateway color, indicated in exercise 9 of your daily spiritual observances or in sacred altar work, to add to your Sanab freedom shawl or quilt. This cloth will serve as a mini canvas to represent your experience in the gateway you are working in. Also, collect your meaningful symbols that can be added to your shawl or quilt in a plique or patchwork style. You can add stones, other natural objects, collectibles, family heirlooms, photographs that have been reprinted on fabric, or any other significant items that embody the essence of your experience. Give your imagination free rein and let your craftswoman spirit tell your story. For more information about the Sanab Freedom Shawl or quilt, see pages 122 to 125. 15. Sacred tools. 4 yards of cloth to practice wrapping and draping your body temple with simple beauty. 16. Sacred reminder. Throughout the week, you are to observe closely the wisdom presented in Gateway 4, Sacred Beauty. For maximum results, live freely in tune with the various systems of wellness presented, and practice the 7-day transformative work at the end of the Gateway. Closing sacred words. Mother, Father, help me to keep a beautiful, sacred body temple within and without, that I might live my life as a work of beauty in the world. Transformative dietary practices for Gateway 4 through 6. Continue the same dietary practice that is presented in Gateways 1 through 3. The difference in dietary practices for Gateway 4 to 6 is that now you will eat 50% cooked, steamed, 50% raw, live, uncooked. Live enzymes are stored in live, uncooked foods. Before breakfast, kidney liver flush. See page 72. Breakfast. Drink fruit juice and or eat fruits 1 hour before or after other foods for better digestion. Freshly pressed fruit juices, 8 to 12 ounces, diluted with 8 to 12 ounces of pure water, with Heal Thyself Green Life Formula 1 to 2 tablespoons. Fruits, acid fruits, grapefruit, lemons, limes, oranges, tangerines. Sub-acid fruits, apples, pears, plums, cherries, berries, peaches. No bananas. Keep acid fruits together. Keep sub-acid fruits together. Do not mix acid and sub-acid fruits together. Include live food breakfasts. You may have cooked whole wheat, dairy-free pancakes with maple syrup 1 to 3 times a week, or rice, soy, sesame, or almond milk. Lunch. Freshly pressed vegetable juices, 8 to 12 ounces, diluted with 8 to 12 ounces of water, with Heal Thyself Green Life Formula 1 to 2 tablespoons. Large raw salad, no tomatoes, but include plenty of sprouts, such as alfalfa, mung bean, etc. Include any of the following: okra, kale, cauliflower, turnip greens, mustard greens, broccoli, seaweed in any form, i.e., kelp, hijiki, wakame, nori, to add to soups or salads. Proteins, choose only one. Sprouts soaked in water overnight. Peas, lentils, beans, tofu, texturized vegetable protein, TVP. If you are a flesh consumer in transition, prepare baked fish, no shellfish, soy chicken, or organic chicken 1 to 3 times a week. You can also choose from raw, soaked nuts, almonds, filberts, walnuts, pecans. Avoid cashews and peanuts and seeds. Sunflower, pumpkin. Starches. Choose one of the whole grains 4 to 7 times a week. Soak light grains. Tabbouleh, couscous. 10 minutes before eating, soak denser grains. Bulgur, wheat, millet. 1 to 2 hours or cover overnight. During this transition period, you may also have cooked brown rice, baked potatoes, or whole wheat and sprouted bread, dry, toasted, or corn on the cob, lightly steamed or raw. Dinner, repeat lunch. Increase freshly pressed juice, vegetable juices to 12 to 16 ounces, diluted with pure water, with Heal Thyself Green Life Formula 1 to 2 tablespoons. After the sun goes down, do not eat proteins or starches. Eat only live foods, salads, fruits and vegetables, steamed vegetables, vegetable soup broth. Dietary supports, nutrients. Take 3 times a day with juice or some form of chlorophyll, such as one of the following: powdered wheatgrass, 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon, or liquid, 1 to 2 ounces with distilled water. Powdered spirulina, 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon, or liquid, 1 to 2 ounces with distilled water. Powdered blue-green manna, 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon, or liquid, 1 to 2 ounces with distilled water. If stressed, take 25 to 50 milligrams of vitamin B complex, or you will have skin eruptions. For poor memory and poor circulation, take 1 tablespoon of granulated lecithin. For a debilitated immune system, also take 500 to 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C a day. Internal cleansing, take an enema 7 nights straight, then 3 times a week throughout the weeks to follow. Herbal laxatives, 3 tablets of Cascara Sagrada every other day. Colonics, 1 to 2 during the 21-day cleansing period. Physical activity, practice the abbreviated dance of the womb 15 to 30 minutes daily, or the complete 2-hour regimen, and do 500 fire breaths daily. Rejuvenation baths, Epsom salts, 1 to 4 pounds, or 1 pound dead sea salt in your bath, 7 nights straight. Time for soaking, 15 to 30 minutes. Then shower off the salt. Do not use bath salts if you have high blood pressure. Heal Thyself Master Herbal Formula 2. At bedtime daily, boil 5 to 6 cups of purified or distilled water. Turn off the flame and add 3 teaspoon herbs. Steep overnight. Strain in the morning and drink before 2 p.m. See Chapter 3 and see the product list in the appendix. Queen Afua's Rejuvenating Clay Application. Optional, according to need. Follow instructions on pages 91 through 92. See the product list in the appendix. Other nature cures. Drink at least 2 to 3 quarts of distilled water daily. You may add the juice of 1 lemon or lime and or a sacred stone or crystal to the water. Do not swallow the crystal or stone. Femininity by Hazel Goodman. I ain't got time for all them batting of the eyes and whispering in your ear. I'm just going to tell you loud how I feel. You hear? I want you, and that's that. I ain't got time to play hard to get, cause all I may get is left back. I can't waste no time with hushed tones and feathery steps, cause you may just not get who I am. And when I come for my check, you might act like you done forget. In which case, I'm gonna have to go upside your head with my hard, non-feminine hand. So when I was young and trying to be sweet, life got together with some friends and beat the mess out of me. Then by the time my ex-husband broke my jaw, I jumped up and said, damn it, I ain't gonna be sweet no more. Walking around all sweet, battered and abused? Forget it. I'm not going to be on 60 Minutes or in the Daily News. So that's when I got up and started fighting back. That's when I started to scream and talk loud in your offices and on your trains. I was going to make sure you didn't never forget my name. That's why I took my femininity and put her in an old shoebox underneath my bed, next to where I hides my opportunity money. But every time I go to get me some cash for an opportunity, I see my femininity sitting there all dusty and sad looking at me, hoping I don't come to get her at last, asking for my sweet old femininity to come back to my heart. Then I got still and noticed that my steps become lighter, like I was running on air, and my tears were honey sweet, and a loving feeling filled the atmosphere. My hard hands became soft and silky smooth, and I couldn't get my scream above a hush kind of croon. Then suddenly, I realized my femininity was back inside of me. I'm not scared no more about not being heard, because I've got all the strength I need in a soft word. But let me tell you this, don't get smart and try to walk all over me and my femininity, because we'll knock you gently upside your head. Reclaiming our ancient African beauty. Thousands of years ago, African beauties were the most sought after women there were. Foreigners went absolutely insane when they saw our ancestors' sun ripened, melanin-rich Nubian skin, and honeydew hips. African women had the capacity to squat in a childbearing position and birth all the many colors of the world. African women were amazing. Centuries later, we are wearing somebody else's garments. Where are the symbols of our natural beauty? Where are our adornments, our woven linens, our drapes, and our shawls, our turquoise and amethyst neck pieces, our silver and bronze bracelets, our lapis lazuli headpieces and anklets, our cowrie shell waist beads, our gold and silver toe rings, our lotus flower earrings worn by our sisters Queen Tai and Nefertari. When did we stop wearing quartz crystals and gems in purple, blue, white, green, bronze, and topaz? What happened to our sacred perfumed oils, lavender, sandalwood, and almond? Have we forgotten that black coal protects our eyes and gives them mystery? Here, take back your gray suits and trench coats, the garments you wear to dress for success and prosperity. We can no longer be hypnotized away from our true African self by commercials and marketing tricks. Reclaiming my ancient African beauty. I now reclaim my sacred African beauty legacy that was designed to empower me. I will express my own natural beauty and grace from the ancient African lotus flower that sat on my crown and draped over my first eye to indicate my thoughts of divine perfection and illumination, to the crown I wore on my head to indicate high spiritual consciousness, from the headband swirling around my first eye to protect my higher mind and keep me in tune, and the circular earrings that link me to infinite continuum of the cosmos, and my earrings of gold and silver, of faiz and gems, and I see worn by my ancestors carved on the walls of Abydos, Amarna, and Philae, to the floral colors that bathe me in rainbow radiance, and my form-fitting and full-flowing wraps and robes. I anoint myself with spiritual oils, with mandrake, frankincense, and myrrh, sage, and cedar, to protect me from any harm and danger. I will do all these things and more to create harmonious vibrations around myself and my mate. I will lovingly do my part to restore the love and respect that by nature we have for each other. I will groom, calm, and dress my soul by playing and listening to the sounds of the divine Netaru, with the sounds of harps, bells, strings, flutes, and drums, surrounded by the melodic voices of my ancestry that continue to live in me. You ask, where is my ancient African beauty? I am here, and thus it is here. I defend my right to be. Here I stand. Call for a new era of African beauty by Keita Heru. The world is indebted to us for the benefits of civilization. They stole our arts and sciences from Africa. Then why should we be ashamed of ourselves? Marcus Garvey, honorable ancestor. Telling our story from an African perspective is important. It gives us the truth about ourselves. It is our way of looking into our past and remembering with the aid of images and writings found on temple walls, tombs, and monuments how we worked, played, dressed, and lived every day. Without our story, researched and written by us, we have no link to our past, no connection to our ancestors. Without our own identity, we are adrift in a sea of constantly changing images controlled by the image makers of the larger culture. We are left searching for self, being in style with whatever is the current fashion of the day. One day it's jerry curls we maintain by wearing plastic shower caps in the streets. Next day it's blue or green contact lenses. Next it's pants worn down below our behinds. Beautiful Nubian African women existed before the beginning of recorded history. Their timeless beauty reflected their inner state of mind. Over 5,000 years ago, in the ancient days of our Nubian African civilization in the land of Tawi, pre-dynastic Egypt, the temples were schools of learning where the sacred arts of beautifying and ennobling the body temple were taught. In the temple of Heru, dedicated to the sacred principles of divine love, beauty, nurturance, joy, music, and dance, young women were initiated by wise women called Abutu, or priestesses. They were taught the sacredness of the divine, of the great divine universal mother, Mut Ast, renamed Isis by the Greeks. They learned that love and beauty are divine in essence and begin with inner harmony at the center of one's being that radiates out to the world. Beauty was not just cosmetic, only enhancing the appearance. It was also cosmological. True beauty involved knowing the spiritual, mental, and physical laws governing the universe. The young initiates learned that to be beautiful was to be in harmony with nature. We always saw ourselves as beautiful. Knowing that we were beautiful generated respect for our body as a sacred, divine gift to be honored and cared for. Beauty to Nubian African women meant taking the time to nurture the self. We knew that being beautiful meant taking charge of our thoughts and actions. The word for beautiful in our ancient Metu Neter language is Nefer. We are descendants of beautiful royal African women. Queen Tai, 1415 to 1340 BCE, was a powerful Nubian African queen from the land of Kush. This great royal spouse of Amenhotep III was the mother of pharaohs Akhenaten and Tutankhamun, and mother-in-law of Nefertiti, one of history's most classical beauties. Tai reigned as queen consort and queen mother of Kemet for half a century. She had a great influence on art and the fashions of the time in Kemet. From the changing of hairstyles, she adorned her head with short Nubian style wigs instead of the long haired wigs fashionable at the time, to the wearing of jewelry. Reclaiming our heritage, the consequences of more than 300 years of transatlantic slavery, beginning in the early 16th century, and the continuing mental enslavement of our people today, have had devastating effects. Much of the knowledge of our story, our love of life, as well as the true meaning of being beautiful, was lost or suppressed. There was not much time for beauty, culture, or body care when you labored from dusk to dawn in the cotton fields. Our rallying cry, Black is Beautiful, arose in the revolutionary 1960s. We began to wear our hair in a natural or afro. It was a visible statement of a shift in our consciousness. It was a time when we began to love ourselves and to reclaim our ancestral link to Africa, our motherland. Sadly, the pride we felt in the 60s has become a far too distant memory. Today, most of us have been seduced by the mass media into a hypnotic trance. It is time for a new era of African beauty culture and love of self. The current fad of external, faithful beauty being fed to us will fade with time. We must awaken from this soul sleep, which is orchestrated by the dominant media and advertisers who tell us what to wear, what to eat, and what to think to make us conform to their standard of beauty. Such confusion causes us to emulate the African American models with blue eyes and blonde hair we see on TV and in magazines. We are bearing witness to the lightening, whitening of ourselves. The messages we continually receive are that we are not and will never be good enough unless we Europeanize, homogenize, or pasteurize ourselves into their mold. We must remember this. We are the original model. The original model was perfect. Excellence was the pattern. We have been created and come forth from the limbs of Neter, the one most high, states our holy book, the Prim Heru Imherger, the book of coming forth by day from night, misnamed the Egyptian book of the dead. Let us stop patterning ourselves after mediocrity. The world is already filled with mediocre people. The sacred Heruian principles of divine love and beauty are a philosophy that each of us can put into practice in our daily lives. The tools needed to produce a new beauty culture based on this ancient African paradigm are researching and studying our ancient Hapi, Nile Valley high culture, living in accordance with the 42 laws of Ma'at, prayer, meditation, maintaining an attitude of thankfulness, eating a balanced natural diet, proper exercise, daily grooming, and natural body care. It is knowledge. It is the knowledge of the beauty of our ancient Nubian African Happy Valley high culture, love and respect for ourselves, all beings, and Ta'ert, the great Earth Mother, that will assist us as a people in bringing forth the seed of a new world in which love, beauty, peace, and harmony will be restored within the sacred circle of life. Sankofa, which means going back to fetch what is due to you. Go back and fetch it. Go within and get it. Our greatness, our beauty, our love is within us, encoded in our genes. As we return to the realization of our divinity and the first seed teachings that made us the greatest civilization the world has ever known, we will begin to have a different perspective of ourselves. The melting pot. I'm in total agreement with Het Heru. From my point of view, our lost legacy is further compromised by the melting pot syndrome. They say America is a melting pot. I've heard this most of my life. I was always concerned about that concept because I kept wondering whose pot we're all being melted into. How willingly we jump into this pot head first and take on all the ingredients of the pot, which is predominantly from European cultures. So, what happens to us as Africans? What happens to our particular gifts as a race? What happens? What has already happened? We go to school and get our education and indoctrination. We give praise in the rituals of foreign relations. We give other people's clothes, we wear other people's clothes, follow their customs and traditions. We oftentimes trade ourselves off to become the successful corporate professional. We break our fists trying to break through the glass ceiling. We become a part of the great melting pot. We melt ourselves down to what? And we come out as who? Surely not ourselves. Do we melt out what makes us uniquely African and become one of the guys and one of the gals? In this melting pot, most of my sister girlfriends and family have learned to press the kink out of their hair just to identify with the look of another woman's tribe. We're the only women on earth who consistently impose violence on our crown to take on the ideal of another tribe's beauty. Our kinks had to be melted down no matter what the cost. Then came the 1960s to rescue our looks and our souls as sacred, strong, beautiful African women. As we dressed in our traditional clothing, we received the ritual healings of our self image. Unfortunately, in the 1990s, we've regressed and we're back trying to melt into someone else's image of beauty, trying to melt into anybody's pot but our own. In the 1960s, African culture schools came along to save our children's minds. We opened up independent businesses and hired our own people when no one else would. We were growing freer and more independent. Then in the early 1980s, drugs were poured into our communities by people in high places. We began working for the government and corporations. We had to dress for success. So our clothes and our natural hair just had to go. Our ways as natural Africans could not be accepted by this melting pot. To qualify for employment, only a European look would do. Many of our people have had surgery to reshape their once round African noses to pointed lips. Others have trimmed down their lips. Still others have bleached their dark skin to a lighter hue. We've taken on a more so called acceptable look of the economically dominant race, who gained their old money from the hands of our forebears in slavery. When we put in green, blue, and hazel contact lenses to cover our African brown eyes, do we melt down our intuitive nature? that part of us that functions from a high spiritual plane? Do we sacrifice what is most humane for what is most efficient? Our lives become less our lives become less about how we feel as people and more about what we think. Do we melt down all of our African traditions and customs, our way of being, our expressions of spirituality? With this melting pot continuously boiling all the ingredients into one taste. Where's the spice? It tastes bland to me. In the process of the makeover, I am posing as a stranger to myself. And what about the other cultures of people of color? Must we all wear suits and ties to participate in the American way of life? And whose excellence are we talking about in this great big melting pot? Surely not my own. Thank you very much, but I am not getting into your melting pot. I'll make my own soup with my own taste and freshness and richness, the soup that my ancient African mother prepared in the Nile Valley. Matter of fact, if you act right, you're welcome to come over to my pot and taste some of my simmered greens smothered in sage and other rich secret tastes. I don't want to be cooked down or toned down or blended into someone else's pot. Cooking from my own pot and spicing things up with my own taste, especially for me, is what I'm looking for. My cultural diversity is what gives color to the human family. Beauty is power. Love and beauty is within. What is within must manifest. The greater the awareness of the truth of our own beauty, the greater your power. Kaita het het heru. As Het Heru has said, don't judge a book by its cover. How many times have you heard that saying? However, you are judged by your cover, your dress. How you present yourself to the world tells a lot about you. It identifies you with a group, tells the world where you're from, who you are, and what you think of yourself. It signals others how you expect to be treated. Sisters, as Nubian African women, you must set the standard of excellence in your demeanor and appearance, wearing no pantyhose or bra on the street, and gyrating to monotonous music on national TV in skin tight mini dresses. It's not the image our children and our men need to see. The simple, elegant lives of our classical dress, shown on the temple walls from the Happy Valley, can provide inspiration and a new source of income for those of you seeking to become economically self sufficient. European fashion designers have used our Nubian cultural dress to inspire their design collections for many years. You are what you wear. Increase your magnetism by energizing your natural beauty. Whatever moved you to wear a garment, let it express your inner beauty. This is how we stay in tune with nature's beautiful sky, green meadows, spring flowers, and mysterious ocean. All gifts of the elements of the creator creatress. Beauty in dress is a force that we as Africans traditionally combine with purpose. It is how we remain in keeping with the natural flow of beauty in woman form. Every wrap, drape, color, gemstone, headdress, or flower that was worn indicated your past history or present lifestyle and condition. Garments made a statement and had a purpose. This was the African way. Dress that was spiritually directed was worn for tribal ceremonies and rituals. Members of the same family often wore the same colors or made clothes from the same kind of cloth. Women wore particular drapes and jewelry to indicate their marital status. The ancients understood that what you place on your body temple is of great importance, is of great significance. This is why we must wear our clothes consciously. Clothes can ward off demons and summon the angels. Observe and keep a mental record of how your world is affected, and in turn how you are affected by what you wear or what others wear. Cultural sacred dress. On one of many trips to Washington, D.C. to facilitate wellness seminars, I noticed that everyone traveling on the plane was wearing dark colors: black, brown, dark blue, and gray. I stood out, draped in my cultural colors of purple and white, with a small, delicate feather in my hair representing Ma'at, harmony. Everyone kept smiling at me as though they wished they could have the same kind of freedom to be different and to live a color filled life. Maybe one day, all of us will begin to wear our culture and stop assimilating into one look and one way, trying to fit into another's limited view of who we are supposed to be. Ruben Amber, author of Color Therapy, puts it this way: life is color. Colors must vibrate within, on, or and around us to keep harmonies balanced and rhythmically functioning. Wearing our various colors keeps us emotionally and mentally balanced, joyous and healthy, both as individuals and as part of the collective world. Color is what reminds us that we're unique expressions of life and not clones. When we are dominated by having to wear black, brown, and gray, it's a sign that we are dying. With the so called European dress for success policy, we seem to be globally living through perpetual late autumn and winter with our dark colors. It's time to declare the spring of the self. Behold the summer sun and let your colors glow and shine. Envision the beauty of Africans dressing in their color filled tradition, Native Americans draped in their culture, Asians, Irish, East Indians, Brazilians, Norwegians, Inuit, and Middle Easterners all wearing our different, beautiful, colorful traditions. What an energy charge it would give our world. What would happen if we all just broke out one day and said, no more? I am what I am, colorful and unique. From now on, I'm going to express myself and my cultural heritage through the colorful clothes I wear. All of us vibrating with the freedom to be a rainbow of human colors. I believe this planet would vibrate on a higher level if we stood our cultural wellness ground, creating world harmony and respect. Dressing lapas, wraps, dresses, lapas, wraps, pants, shawls. Cloth, textures, style, and colors speak to how I feel, what I think, my message, my peace, my alone time, my sacredness. When I wear my array of colors, of colorful velvet dresses, I feel mystical and chic. It is appropriate that I am sometimes referred to as the velvet sword. When I wear my shawl over my shoulder, I feel spiritually protected. When I wear my lapa, a traditional African skirt, I feel connected to my indigenous roots. When I wear a grand buba, a traditional African robe dress, I feel royal. Wearing my yoga attire, I feel flexible and powerful. When my pink mountain, with my pink mountain climbing boots on, I feel like a force of nature. When I am wearing purple, I feel like Nebhet, the lady of the house, the healing realm. Wearing my whites, I feel like fasting. When I wear beautiful lace cotton pants and a loose fitting blouse, I feel strong in my loveliness. Over the last 20 years, I found that clothes speak to me like the ancestors and help identify where I am in my life at that time of my life. Clothes, like food, like sunshine, air, and water, have become part of my medicine as I dress my body or an altar or a window or a table. The cloth, whether simple or elegant, becomes a beautiful dance that I use to encourage, to transform, to enlighten myself and all those I meet on my journey. My attire has opened doors, told my story, and ended chapters. The next time you get dressed, keep in mind what you want to accomplish. What you want to create will be enhanced by your choice of garment. Follow your heart and your intuition to wear what you are inspired to. Your dress, lapa, wrap, pants, shawl in combination with color, texture, and style can bring you a greater life of communication and therefore give you greater opportunities to deliver your message. Classical African Nile Valley wear. Our sacred Nebhet Ast, Sister to sister shawls, wraps, and drapes are blessed to evoke the Nile Valley spirit of our ancestors when worn in a state of meditation, protection, inner peace, and smai tawi, unity. The lapa dress represents a people exactly the way food represents a people. For example, people get into hatha yoga for body conditioning and for mindful meditation. But it's not just hatha yoga, it's a practice that also reflects Indian culture. It may not be your culture, but you can dress within that cultural realm. You can eat within that cultural realm. You can recite Sanskrit prayers and chants and experience that same cultural realm. The ancient dress of our African cultural base is the lapa. Lapas come in many designs and represent a wide range of cultural expression. So if you are committed to expressing your African woman self, then it's important to take on the cultural dress that represents us as a people. The more you take on, the more you will feel like a sacred woman wherever you go in the world. Lap your lapa for simple elegance. Your lapa may be wrapped at the length of your ankles, your calves, or just below your knees. Step 1. Separate your legs a few feet apart as you wrap the cloth around you. This is so you have room to walk in your lapa. Next, bring your legs together and continue to wrap your cloth around your hips. Step 2. When you bring the cloth around the second or third time, your legs are together. Step 3. Next, fold over the top end of your fabric to create a natural waistband. For reinforcement, add a belt or scarf at your waist, or better, attach a drawstring at each end of the lapa from the same cloth to go around your waist, or feel secure and leave it as it is and go into your day with beauty and zest. Know that you're looking your African best. Step 4. You can drape 1 to 2 yards of cloth over your shoulders or create a pedesa, a protective, sacred garment. All right, ladies, take a look at this. Screenshot if you need to. Listen, I want to see some pictures. All right, I want to see some pictures and some lapas, okay? Y'all ladies, make sure that y'all hit me on the social medias. Y'all tag me in these pictures. All right, I want to see some lapas. I want to see y'all helping each other put the lapas on and all of that. All right, y'all make sure y'all keep private what needs to be private. All right, but y'all go ahead and make sure y'all tag me in these. I want to see some ladies getting this done. I want to see y'all in some sacred woman circles getting this done. Okay, this is beautiful right here, and this whole chapter is about sacred beauty. Now listen, y'all got the sacred beauty right now inside of you. It just has to be revealed. It just has to be revealed. Okay, so y'all take the time to do these lapas. I want to see y'all in these lapas in our sacred dress from our sacred queen mothers. We got the queen mothers still here, the reincarnation of them. Y'all are it. Cosmic dress. You can tune into the universe through color. Coordinate your entire outfit and accessorize in the color of the day with a scarf, blouse, or head wrap. Initiates of the shrine of Ptah organize their wardrobes to reflect the planetary influence through the color of the day. Let this way of cosmic dressing put your life in divine order. Day of the week, Sunday. All right, so we're going to go through the day of the week, the ruling heavenly body, the color, the neteru, the divine principle, and then the function of ancient principles. So the first one is Sunday, and then the ruling heavenly body is sun. All right, matter of fact, let's do this because it might get confusing if I don't. All right, hopefully y'all can see that. Go ahead and make sure y'all screenshot that if you don't have it already. All right, listen, ladies, we need to get on this. Okay. This is what y'all need right here. This is what humanity needs right here. Okay. I would read this, but it might be kind of hard for people to understand, for everybody to understand. So I'm putting it up on the screen. Make sure you take a look at it. All right. You got each of these days of the week connected to ruling heavenly bodies, connected to colors, connected to the Neteru. and also connected to the functions of the ancient principles, as you can see. All right, so I got it up there on the screen. All right, y'all make sure y'all screenshot. Y'all make sure y'all read these to yourself. Okay, families in Africa show unity by the way they dress. You might see all members of the family, husband, wife, parents, children, co-wives, wearing the same cloth or color. So it should feel natural if you and your sister desire to wear the same style or same color outfit at the same time. It's the African way. The Maasai men and women show oneness by wearing the same styled orange cloth as a body wrap. And the Ashanti people are known the world over for their beautiful kente cloth. Sacred beauty at home. Your attire at home must be pleasing. You know how we dress sometimes. We slouch around in the worst garments that we own, things that are too tight or falling off or all worn out. We don't get dressed up for ourselves. We get dressed up for the world. When we're at home, we just throw stuff on. So today, you're going to stop throwing things on. Keep a close watch on how your spirit feels when you begin to dress yourself in beauty. It's as simple as finding yourself some special fabric that's beautiful to you. Any kind of material is suitable. It could be cotton or silk. It takes just 2 yards of material to make a lapa. So you can't say, well, I don't have the money for an outfit. 2 yards of cloth at $10 a yard, and you can have a whole outfit. Your mate will love it. Your children will think you've been recharged. And when you look in the mirror, you'll feel good. You'll come home, take off your war clothes, and wrap your lapa around you. You'll put your waist beads on, and now you're a bush woman. You're an African woman. You're feeling gorgeous. And then, if you want to get really divine because someone is coming to visit, you can energize your womb to create a beautiful frame of mind. Next, take those tired old gray slippers and throw them out. I know they feel so comfortable. My mother raised me wearing her tired robe. It wasn't until she got a little older that she started to honor her beauty. There are different times when we wake up in our lives. This is one of them. It's your beauty wake up time because you deserve that kind of beauty within and all around you. The body temple is a sacred altar. We have to honor ourselves by dressing beautifully. It's the least we can do in our sacred space, our homes, and for ourselves as sacred women. Beauty for your king. When a woman beautifies herself within and without, her mate is inspired and uplifted. He responds to her beauty the same way we all respond to a beautiful flower. There is nothing more appealing than looking at a beautiful flower. And women are nature's flowers, just as men are nature's trees. When a woman is beautiful before her man, she has the capacity to soften his temperament. He is inspired to become more flexible and gentle in his attitude toward life and toward her, his queen, when he looks upon her beauty. A word to the wise: beauty within and without puts an end to conflicts and arguments of all kinds. When he sees our beauty, he becomes divine. By contrast, anger, frustration, and pain dissolves beauty. Outerwear expresses inner beauty. Footwear. High-heeled shoes may be attractive to some, but generally they are a health hazard for a sacred woman. Constantly wearing high heels can cause lower back pain and or pain in your spine because you are forced to tighten your lower back muscles when wearing high heels. It can also cause a tilted pelvis. For health and comfort, wear low pumps and be sure your shoes are wide enough. African women's feet are known to be slightly wider in general than those of other groups of people. Better still, wear attractive flat shoes. Don't hesitate to wear assorted colors, the latest spring and summer wear, open-toed shoes or sandals. Give your feet a chance to breathe and bathe them in sunlight, which is excellent for their health. Plastic shoes or sandals are a no-no. Plastic traps toxins that need to escape freely through the feet to help maintain the health of the rest of the body. Adornments, the sacred name for jewelry, according to Heru Ankh Ra Sama, is sas. Some women don't wear any. Some wear a few pieces. Some wear it all. When you use jewelry, it should be for beauty and for a sacred purpose. For example, a crystal necklace is beautiful and it also cleanses your energy field. A purple head wrap is decorative and it also protects your crown from any negative vibrations in the atmosphere. Accessorize with waist beads, silver, gold, brass, or crystal wrist and ankle bracelets, and neck jewelry made from gems, stones, or cowrie shells, as worn by the Nubian and Watusi women. And here goes an example right here. As y'all can see, this beautiful goddess right here is wearing some of these examples of jewelry that Queen Afua is talking about. Y'all take a good look and look at her skin. Her skin looks amazing. She looks amazing. She's glowing. She looks unique. She looks like our ancient ancestors in real time. Listen, you do too. You do too. Here goes some more. Y'all take a look at this. Listen, ladies, I want to see some belly jewelry, okay? Y'all get, and listen, don't just get belly jewelry. Don't just get the waist beads. All right, y'all got to take it a step further. You got to make sure that these waist beads has the proper stones and crystals on them that bring energy to your womb. Y'all take a look at this. Look at these gorgeous women. Look at this. Beautiful. Look at this. In real time. They look like our ancient ancestors because they are our ancient ancestors reincarnated into digital age, digital age, carbon-based cybernetic machines. Waist beads. Since antiquity, African women have worn waist beads around their hips to represent protection, fertility, and the beauty of the womb. It is an adornment of femininity. Among the Saramaka, waist beads were given to young women by older kinswomen. They were used only for lovemaking. Only a woman's husband saw these beads. She might even send her waist beads off with her husband as a symbol of her intended fidelity when he went far away to work over long periods. After death, they must be laid in her coffin along with the rest of the clothing required for a proper burial. I see waist beads as a form of femininity and grace, a symbol of womanhood. As an African dancer, I have worn waist beads when I danced, as do many tribal women to this day. I also wear rose quartz beads, which I never take off, that were blessed and handed down from my mother. A recurrent item of African female adornment was the cowrie shell girdle, which was worn slung low around the hips and apparently had protective significance for that part of a woman's body, perhaps because the shell resembles the outer female genitalia. During the time of the Crusades, European women were forced by their men to wear locked iron chastity belts. The departing crusader kept the key to represent his dominance and control over the womb, and to be certain that his woman did not get intimate with any other man while he was away from at war. A growing number of women living in a European dominated culture, whether it be African or European or other, have begun to experience a renewed womb consciousness symbolized by the freedom and beauty of waist beads. And these women have healthy womb histories. At the same time, the majority of women today still live a chastity belt existence of womb control and submission. These include women whose wombs are constantly infused by medication to ease pain and to stop discharge. Women who have suffered clitoridectomy, clitoridectomy, women who have been raped, and women who have had unconscious hysterectomies. I say to these women, remove your chastity belts. It's never too late to heal the womb and to psychologically, physically, and spiritually put on your sacred waist beads of freedom as you claim your sacred seat. Make your own waist beads. Cowrie shells represent fertility and creativity and abundance, and this is what ancient women wore as part of their waist bead attire. So if you're making your own waist beads, bring your beads in cowrie shells and bring your sacred thread. It may be purple or white. Everything you touch with conscious intention is divine. While you're doing your meditation and your prayers, string the shells onto your waist beads. You may use 4 shells for foundation. You may use 7 for your spirit. You may string 9 for completion. You might also want to use beads of quartz, of rose quartz, which is for the heart. Be as creative as you like. You can put other kinds of beads on it and other sacred stones, such as amethyst for healing. You can also add a clasp for getting your waist beads on and off, but it isn't necessary. The name for the Nubian African Kemetic crowns, Kaita Heru designs is Sinu Nusa. Sinu Nusa, which means my hair is protected by Nu. Nu is the guardian of the primordial waters from which all life came forth. The wrapped Sinu Nusa headdress is fashioned from fabric and wrapped in 2 distinctly different styles. The Sinu Nusa crown band is designed to leave the top or crown of the head open to divine guidance. And I just showed y'all this, but I'm going to show it to y'all again. All right. Listen, wrap them crowns, ladies. I want to see some crowns wrapped. Tag me in some pictures. All right. Let's check this out. Let's go ahead and y'all go ahead and beautify yourselves. This is gorgeous right here. Look at this queen looking amazing right here with her natural hair growing out of her scalp, her own hair that she didn't buy from somebody else. Undergarments. Beautiful undergarments are as important as your outer garments. Wearing a foundation of beauty garments underneath your outer attire reminds you of your inner beauty. As with outerwear, choose the appropriately colored undergarments to enhance your particular purpose while wearing them. For example, choose red for fire, energy, and power. Choose blue for peace, gentleness, quiet, and spiritual empowerment throughout the day. Choose green to intensify the rejuvenation of the womb. Remember, your mate will also appreciate your beautiful undergarments. The color and fabrics you choose can increase passionate lovemaking or support your commitment to celibacy. The choice is yours. Your garments should be porous and light so that your vaginal area and breasts are able to bathe. Use cotton, silk, or satin. For these fabrics aid circulation. Tight garments around the breasts can cause discomfort or constriction, which in time can support the creation of cysts or tumors. Beautiful skin the natural way. Methods of internal skincare. Drink 2 to 3 quarts of pure water every day. Take weekly enemas to keep your colon clean. Maintain 2 or 3 bowel movements daily. Eat okra for velvety skin. Eat greens and drink juices from live greens 2 or 3 times a day. Take 500 milligrams of vitamin C 2 or 3 times a day. Keep your blood pure. Eat absolutely no dead flesh. Beautiful skincare, the body scrub. Once your skin has air dried after your bath, try the following 4-step system. Step 1. Make a scrub of organic grits, cornmeal, and oats, quarter to half cup of each, mixed with 1 to 2 cups of distilled water. Add the juice of 1 lemon to the mixture. Scrub your body in a gentle circulation motion with a loofah. Step 2, rinse off the scrub without soaping and take a sauna or steam bath to sweat out pores and increase circulation. Step 3, rinse first with hot water and then with cold water. Step 4, massage your body with castor oil and or olive oil and or oil containing vitamin E for smooth, radiant, healthy skin. Or try the Edgar Casey inspired almond oil from the Home Health Products Company. This skin rejuvenation process should be done at least three times the first week you begin this beauty regimen. After that, do it once or twice a week for maintenance. Affirmation: the sun is hidden in your face. My deeds, experiences, pain, peace, successes, and emotions are all recorded on my face. I now light the way through my life with a radiant, glowing face, pure in thought and pure in deed. My face expresses a life of good deeds and blessings, now and forever. A natural facelift in 7 steps. Before we do that, let's see where we're at. I might do part 2. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we are going to go ahead and conclude there, and we're going to come back on tomorrow and conclude chapter 9. And we got some great information there. Before I walk away and go knock out some things that I got to do, I want to touch on a couple of things. We got a lot of ladies wearing things on them that don't protrude out of them. All right. So it's chapter 9 we're talking about. Okay. Makeup, hair that doesn't grow out of their scalp. You don't need that. And I want to make this very clear, okay? Because I was in an MSTA meeting some years ago. Excuse me, not some years ago, some months back. MSTA is the Moorish Science Temple of America. So I was in an MSTA Holy Day or Sunday school meeting some months back. And there was a brother who was teaching, and he was teaching about talismans. He was teaching about talismans. Okay. Makeup is a talisman. Hair off of somebody's head from Brazil or India or whatever. These are talismans. Just like this is a talisman. Just like this computer that I'm talking to right now is a talisman. Just like this book is a talisman. This hat is a talisman. This shirt is a talisman. All right. Now, what matters about talismans is how they were created, who they were created by. You want your talismans created by high vibrational beings. You want your talismans created by individuals who are moving in a space of love, compassion, and empathy at the time that they create them. This is a talisman. Think about these things. Because when you put that makeup all over your face, you're putting the energy of somebody else all over your face. And then you go in and acting out things, and you might not really realize what's going on. Why you act in certain ways, why you are speaking in certain ways, why you're feeling certain ways. This has everything to do with maybe not having a clear understanding of how talismans work. And we are using talismans in all kinds of ways. One of the things that I think that we need to do, all y'all queen mothers out there, y'all need to start creating clothes. Y'all need to start creating makeup. Ladies don't need no makeup. They're already naturally beautiful. But maybe y'all could create some body butters and stuff like that. Maybe y'all could create some moisturizers that are whole. Maybe y'all could create some education on why ladies need to drink more water. My skin glows all the time. I want y'all to understand what this is. This is vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and legumes, and water. These are herbs. Okay. This is being out in the sun, and then the sun drawing out those natural oils. But this is also a reduction of those other talismans. Soda, juice that is not actual fruit juice. It's something, but it ain't actual juice from a fruit. It might be juice from fruit, from concentrate. from concentrate. It might be juice from puree, but it ain't freshly squeezed. These are talismans. They're their own type. There's all kinds of talismans. All right. So as y'all move through life, ladies, come on now. We got to make some changes. Trust in who you are. Come here, buddy. You got to trust in who you are. Okay. These children need to see examples from these queen mothers. How you doing, buddy? These children need to see examples from these queen mothers of them using talismans that are sustainable, that are for them. This is what sacred beauty is about, even though she doesn't even mention talismans so far in the chapter, and that's okay. I am telling you right now that if you are going to put something on your skin, make it yourself so you can know what's in it. Listen, I'm telling y'all ladies right now, y'all need to know what's in your makeup. Y'all need to know where this hair came from that you putting on your head, that you braiding into your hair, that you wearing as a wig. You need to know where that came from, and you need to know why that woman cut the hair off of her head. Because a bunch of these ladies who are cutting hair off of their head, and they are and they're like, I guess, giving it away to whoever they're giving it away to, and eventually some kind of a vendor is getting their hands on it. They're cutting, most of them are cutting all of their hair off for religious purposes to get closer to whoever they believe the creator is. And then you're wearing that hair that she cut off for religious purposes, that she cut off to get closer to her God. You're wearing it to go to the club and get as far as and to get as far from God as possible. You're wearing it to impress some dude who ain't walking the path of righteousness. You're wearing it to impress a bunch of your girlfriends who don't even care what your hair look like. You're wearing it to impress a world that don't care what you look like. But I care what you look like. I think you're beautiful just the way that you are. If you choose to be who you are. I'm not talking about I think you're beautiful with all this nonsense upon you and all these extra adages to your chest and to your booty and all these different areas that you enhance. Your lips is 3 times larger now because you got the shots in them and all this other kind of stuff. You got some special kind of cheekbones now, alterations to the cheekbones. Come on, man, stop it. Stop it. Okay? Sacred beauty. Chapter 9. Come on now, let's get it. Let's get together in some sacred circles, ladies, and let's beautify ourselves. Send me the pictures. Y'all send me some videos. Tag me in them. Okay? I want to see. Okay? I want to sit down with my wife and be like, "Hey, baby, look, they doing it. They live in their natural beauty. Every one of y'all ladies out there is beautiful. Every single one of y'all. Hey, y'all be blessed."